What's up everyone, I hope you're doing great. My name is Elias and today we're going to talk about how a 10-stop ND filter can take your landscape photography to the next level. And in order to demonstrate the power of this little bad boy over here, this 10-stop ND filter from K&F Concept, we're going to later on take a walk on the beach and show you exactly the pictures with the ND filter and without the ND filter, so you can see the effects that this bad boy over here can create. But before we demonstrate the power of this ND filter, we need to actually understand what an ND filter is. Basically, an ND filter is a filter that goes in front of your lens and its only job is to reduce the amount of light that is coming inside to your sensor. The more stops an ND filter has, the more light we are blocking by entering inside of our sensor. And in our case today, we're going to use a 10-stop ND filter, so we are going to block a lot of light by entering in our camera. You might be wondering, why would anyone want this? Well, the answer is pretty simple. By reducing the light that is coming inside of our sensor, we can bump up our shutter speed in even slower shutter speeds, like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and in that way we can create some beautiful, soft, long exposures, even during the daylight, which will create a beautiful effect on the sky and also on the waters. But let's leave all this technical nonsense over here on the studio and let's get outside on the field in order to show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Alright you guys, I think I found my first composition over here. What we're going to photograph is basically this boulder over here. As you can see, it's getting hit from multiple angles from the water, but with the power of the ND filter we can get rid of all these waves and create a nice, beautiful, soft texture in the roaring streams of the water. So the gear that I'm using today is, I just got wet, so the gear that I'm using today is the Nikon ZFC paired with the kit lens. I'm going to shoot it from a lower angle at 16mm in order to make the boulder seem bigger in the frame. The settings that I'm going to use for the long exposure shot are basically 13 seconds of shutter speed, f20 in order to reduce the light that is coming inside our frame and get everything in focus, and obviously ISO 100. So I'm going to take two different shots, one with the ND filter and one without the ND filter, so you can see the massive difference that this filter is doing in our frames. One last tip with you guys before we take this picture: when you have your camera on your tripod and you want to take a long exposure, always use a self timer. In this situation, I have put a 2-second self timer, and we're doing that because when we press the shutter button, we always vibrate the camera, and in a long exposure situation, if you vibrate your camera, this will result in blurry pictures, and yeah, we don't want that. We want perfectly sharp pictures. So yeah, let's use a 2-second self timer for this job and let the camera do the rest of the job. Alright you guys, I think I found the second frame that we're going to shoot today. It's basically this huge boulder that we have over there on the sea, but it's not going to be a lonely picture like that. I'm also going to place some of the builders over here on the front in order to add more in the scene. So basically we're going to have this builder over here on the bottom left of our image, and on the middle to the right side of the image we're going to have this huge builder over here. The settings are going to be exactly the same like last time, and obviously I'm going to take a nice shot with the ND filter and one shot without the ND filter, so you can see the huge difference. Once again, don't forget the self timer, and yeah, let's take the picture.
Alright you guys, I hope you really enjoyed the photographs that we took and you could clearly see the massive difference that the 10-stop ND filter is doing in our pictures. As you can see, we could open up our shutter speed for 20, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, it doesn't matter. We could create these beautiful, nice, soft, long exposures, and we got some really nice pictures at the end of the day. I want to close this video by saying a huge thank you to KNF Concept for sending me this 10-stop ND filter for my kit lens over here. And lastly, if you want to get a 10-stop ND filter for yourself, make sure you guys to get the right millimeter range for your lens. This is really important, don't mess this up, and yeah, this is where I'm going to leave you. See you next time, take care, peace.